Today you'll be able to write an equation in slope-intercept form from a graph. The work for today is in IXL, grade 10, L7. So as a review, this equation is in slope-intercept form, and what that means is the slope is shown as the letter m. So whatever the m number is, that's the slope. And if we look at the letter b, the b in the equation is the y-intercept. So if we look at the equation y equals 3x plus 4, we know that the slope of the line will be 3 and the y-intercept will be 4. So now what we are given is the graph or the equation of the line, and we're asked, just using the equation of the line only, or just looking at the line only, what is the equation? Okay, the first place to start is to look at the red dot. Where is the red dot? The red dot is where the line crosses the y-intercept, and we can see that that's at 2. I'm going to make that a little smaller. So we can see that the y-intercept is 2. Well, what's the slope? We saw from a couple of different lessons in calculating slope, one is rise over run, and the other one is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you know two ways to calculate slope. We can see that the slope is 3 over 1. So from the red dot, you go up 3 and you go over 1. So we just fill in the rest of the letters. Y equals 3 over 1x plus 2. And we would write this in simplest forms. So we would write this equation as y equals 3x plus 2. So we can know that the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is 2. Okay, another example. If I look at this graph, I want to know what is the equation of the line. So the equation is y equals mx plus b. The best place to start is where the line crosses the y-axis. And the line crosses the y-axis here at -2. So I know right away that the b value will be -2 because that's where the line crosses the y-axis. So what's the slope? In order to calculate slope, what I want to do is to pick a nice place on the graph where the line crosses the grid lines exactly. So this spot is a good place to pick because the line goes exactly through the grid lines. Now once I've picked two good dots, I want to calculate rise over run. So the rise is 1, 2, 3, it goes up 3, and the run is 1. So the slope is rise over run, which equals 3 over 1, or m, which is also a symbol for slope, equals 3. So if I'm to write this equation out in long form, I can write y equals 3x minus 2. And the minus 2 comes from the fact that the line crosses the y-axis at -2. Okay, we can do another example. All right, let's take a look at where the line crosses the y-axis. the line crosses the y-axis at negative 40. So in my equation, y equals mx plus b, I can write y equals mx minus 40 because the line crosses the y-axis at negative 40. So what's the slope? The slope here, I have to find another good place to where the line crosses the grid lines perfectly, and that red dot is one of those places. So what's the rise from this dot to that dot? The rise is negative 1. And what's the run? The run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope is negative 1 over 5. So I'd write that equation as y equals negative 1 over 5x minus 40. Okay? So your work for today is in IXL, grade 10, L7.